And then back in Colossians chapter 1, he goes on and he talks about a second thing of what Jesus is. It says this, that he is the image of the invisible God. But secondly, look at what it says. It says, he is the firstborn over all creation. Now, that word firstborn is not what we think of. Because what do we think of when we say, oh, he's the firstborn of the family? We think he was born first, and then maybe he has 2 or 3 siblings, and, somebody's in the middle and somebody's the baby. But he's the firstborn. He was the first one that came out of the womb. He was the first created one. And that is not what this is saying here in Colossians, right? That's what the Jehovah's Witnesses believe. You want to know why Jehovah's Witnesses is a cult? Do you want to know why Jehovah's Witnesses is not true, is not Christianity? Because they believe that when Jesus came to the earth, he took off his divinity and became just a regular man. We don't believe that. No. We don't believe that Jesus was created ever. See, Jesus, what firstborn really means here is not that he's the first creation. It means that he is the supreme, important one. And so what it literally means is just like the firstborn in a Greek family would have had the preeminent place, the first place, the most important place, the one that's more and bigger and better than anybody else in the family, that's what Jesus is. But he was never created. He existed from eternity past. He existed with the Father, with the Spirit, way before Genesis 1, as far back as eternity goes. And the minute that we say he was a creation is the minute that he ceases to be God. And the minute that he ceases to be God is the minute that he no longer can offer you salvation because he no longer can forgive your sins. So, he is the preeminent one. John chapter 1 says it like this. In the beginning was the Word. That is the ultimate spoken word, the ultimate expression of God and who he is. In the beginning was the Word, that's Jesus, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. And then he goes on and he says, and he was with God from the beginning, and all things were made through him, and nothing has been made without him. And then in verse 18, I love this. Listen to this. This is amazing, amazingly good stuff here. Verse 18, no one has ever seen God. Why? Because God is invisible. The Father is invisible. No one has ever seen God, but the one and only Son, who is also God, and I love this, listen to this, who is also God, number one, and number two, has the closest relationship to the Father, has made him known. Who would you want to represent you at a press conference? Who would you want people to ask questions about you? It would be somebody who's the most intimate person in your life, the closest to you, the one who knows you the best, the one that you are like the most. And so the idea here is that Jesus is the supreme one, the preeminent one. He is over all and above all. And he is the one that knows the Father the best and therefore revealed him, and his divinity took on full humanity when he came to the earth. Never created, existing uncreated, and taking on flesh in addition to his divinity. Before we go further, I realize I might be blowing some circuits here, but this is phenomenal stuff that we all need to be aware of and understand how it works. So the first thing is he says, hey, I want you to understand Jesus is what? He is the exact image of who God the Father is. And secondly, he is of supreme importance above all creation. He is the first thing.